New York Football Jets and the New England Patriots. The Patriots are 7-point home favorites with a total of 42.5 or 43. Do a little bit of shopping around. Steven, this Patriots team is right in that teaser range here. It's a low total game. You could get them down to a point and a half, depending on where you get this thing. Do you feel comfortable in the Patriots to make them a teaser leg for you this week?
I do. And I think the only downside to this is the fact that the Jets have rest advantage. They're coming off a bye, so there's always that possibility that Zach Wilson figures it out, but he's still going to be going against Bill Belichick, albeit the second time, and Bill's going to throw some complex defenses at him. But other than that, there's a lot to like here as a Patriots teaser leg. You're getting them through the 7, through the 3. I teased them at -1. It looks like the line is going to go to 7.5, which would make it the perfect, best practices teaser legs. So I had no problem just taking it now and getting the -1. Interesting to me that this line is where it's at. Week 2 at the Jets, the market had New England rated as a 6.5, 7-point favorite on a neutral field. And all these weeks have gone by and we have these results. And this week's line is basically saying the same thing, 6.5, actually less. I mean, they're a 7-point favorite at home. So they're telling you that they'd be a 5.5, 6-point favorite on a neutral field. I would have went the other way with it. I mean, this is a team in the New England Patriots that has looked steadily improved other than a week where they lost their entire offensive line in Houston. But that aside, they've looked very difficult against the Dallas Cowboys, very formidable against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we're getting a line that's cheaper than it was in week 2. So that's interesting to me. I think that's gone the wrong way. When the Jets have the ball, they're bottom 5 in like 12 different statistics. I mean, this offense has not done anything to give you confidence. They are the worst team overall in drop back EPA by a pretty wide margin. So Zach Wilson hasn't shown much yet. And this New England defense is above average in DVOA. And on the other side of the ball, Mac Jones, again, steadily improving. 7 yards per attempt in 3 straight games, 95 plus passer rating in 3 straight games against the Jets defense that's 30th in PFF grades. So this to me fits the mold quite nicely for a teaser leg for the Patriots.
Brad, we do have the Jets looking like they are going to be as healthy as they have been since the beginning of the year. Only Tyler Kroft at tight end and CJ Mosley at linebacker didn't practice for them. Everybody else was back for the Jets this week. So at least you have that going for you. And we do have the typical laundry list of injuries that the Patriots will be at least dealing with throughout the course of the week. Several defensive players, a couple of defensive tackles, a couple of linebackers, all either DNPs or limited practices and things like that. So stuff we'll certainly be monitoring here along the way with that. But again, we're sitting with a touchdown home favorite here with Belichick going up against Zach Wilson for the second time. We saw what happened the first time around. They were able to beat them pretty handily.
Yeah, I couldn't get much of a feel for this game at all because I kind of want to bet against both teams most weeks. They both had very easy schedules on defense. So, I think both defenses are probably look better than they actually are. But just both offenses are terrible as well. So I don't know. If I had to bet one of the 4 main things, I would probably go under 42.5 or so. Just because Belichick, rookie quarterback, and second time seeing each other in quick succession generally favours the defense, but just not a game I had much feel for at all.
Yeah, just to kind of back up what you're saying here, the Jets dead last offense DVOA, 29th according to Pro Football Focus, New England 23rd DVOA. PFF likes them a little bit better at 15, but if you look at the early down stuff, no good for either one of these teams. Jets early down success 29th in the league, early down EPA 31st in the league, and then points per play 32nd in the league. If you flip it over to the Patriot side of things, not much better. Early down success 21st in the league, early down EPA 29th in the league, and then points per play 22nd in the league. So neither one of these offenses are any good. And if you look at New England, they just don't have a ton of playmakers either. That said, I do believe that defense can do just enough to kind of limit this Jets team to where they don't get beat outright here. As a teaser leg, Steven, I'm also with you here on this. Listen, get them down to a point, basically getting them to where they just have to win the game. I do think that New England is a better team, despite the fact that I'm not high on either one of these teams. I don't like either one of these teams. But if you're telling me who's going to win the game, who can I bet on to win the game in a low total game like this, give me the Patriots at a point in a teaser leg, and I'll just move on. Hopefully I won't even have to watch this game at some point this week.